Wow. Welcome to the Cool Factor. This is Mike, the Daily Bugle. Daily
Bugle.
Thanks, Google. All the details are on the screen. 3,772 pieces, $299.99. All the prices are here from Brickset. Thank you. And there are 25 minifigs. Welcome to Ninjago City of Marvel. Oh me, oh my, look at the size of this thing. So yeah, the rumors were true, it was kind of leaked. We have 4 stories of pure awesome. The best love letter for a Marvel fan ever from LEGO, the biggest set ever in Marvel, topping the previous record, I think, which was held by the Helicarrier. And you know what? In all certainty, this is not just a glorified 25 minifigure pack. The building itself might be the tallest skyscraper standalone modular that we ever had in LEGO. I think the size is gonna top, it will top the Ninjago City Gardens height. I think it stands at 83 centimeters tall. Wow. So not only the footprint becomes crazy, but also the size that you're gonna be able to accommodate becomes crazy as well. But let's take a look at each of those little things in the set. I'm gonna actually focus on the box art because it actually shows the entirety of the set with a very nice high resolution form. So let's take a closer look at what we're having here. I really like that taxi build. It's a good car addition, of course, the New York Classic taxi, and also this trio right here is it's gonna be a big reason a lot of people will get this set. We have Carnage, Blade, and Punisher. Now these two, they're not known for being super, family-friendly characters of Marvel, which is the most interesting part of the set, I believe. Punisher, full-blown guns, going ready to battle, and Blade, the first time in LEGO we have actual Blade. Some people even forget that he's actually part of the Marvel universe. But he's also not the most non-violent character out there. He's basically, his swords know what's up when it comes to vampires and all that. And Carnage on top of that, this is something truly awesome in this set alone. We have also Venom, it's gonna be later on, but looking at this trio alone, very much worth it. Absolutely great minifig selection. Then we have Aunt May, Gwen Stacy in the back office here, and Amber Grant, I think that's her name, the newsstand worker, a small newsstand. You can see also the set has plentiful of newspaper custom prints. I believe those won't be stickers. I think the reviews are out there, actually they are not stickers, so we get a lot of really cool Easter eggy custom Marvel newspaper prints, because it's a Daily Bugle, come on, it's gotta be it. And moving to the left, we have the cool assembly for the Sandman, also that dual molded piece of his that shows all the dust and everything, so I get Sandman in this one. This guy, yes, Daredevil is in the set as well for the first time, so another kind of non-super kid-friendly character, but it's here, the Daily Bugle logo in the front entrance. You can see also the assembly of the building might be dull and boring to some people because it's mostly gray and a lot of long pieces to assemble those floors. We're gonna have tons and tons of stacked windows on top of that. So I gotta say, even though the set is glorious and amazing in its entirety, I think the build process will be somewhat repetitive and somewhat not as probably exciting, but we will see. Nevertheless, I really look forward to building this. On the going upper, we have some custom prints for the Daily Bugle news, and of course the breaking villains promise to stop being bad guys, can they be trusted? A lot of good stickers will be applied in this set for all those different news feeds, and it's gonna probably have, I mean, it's for sure gonna have tons of Easter eggs, so that's amazing. You can also see the fire escape on the side. There is Venom here. That's gonna give this New York look for sure with the red fire escape. More windows, more facade in that concrete gray color. We have Mysterio right here also. I love the use of those positioning pieces, so we're gonna have a lot of action included in this set as you will keep building it, and it's gonna be very displayable because of that, because it's gonna be basically a giant comic book cover love letter when you assemble the set and place all the minifigures in their different action poses and all that. I think that's gonna be amazing. Speaking of action poses, this is gonna be the highlight of the set, the Green Goblin busting through the window in this action freeze frame setup here. That's something that a lot of mock builders are building, but I never really seen that depicted in Lego very often, and so that's gonna be a very good addition. I don't like the Green Goblin's flyer too much, but still nevertheless this action scene, middle like freeze frame explosion, it's gonna be great look for this, the displayability of this set for sure. Moving a bit higher, we have Octopus, Dr. Octopus, and Spider-Man. Also action shot here, Dr. Octopus will be able to grab onto different parts of the building and pose in a very cool fashion, so that's gonna be also part of that displayability of the set. Then we have Gwen here, Spider-Gwen on the side as well, and for the first time, Mutant Firestar is appearing in this set, so that's another minifigure to add to our must-haves in this set. I mean, not really a must-have, but truly a great character selection just to have that nod to a bit of a different part of the Marvel Universe. That's something truly nice. And of course we have the transparent piece to display her flight abilities and all that. Nice. Going to the top, we have the Daily Bugle logo with the trumpet in the front. That's part of the logo, of course. And I'm gonna switch the shot so you can see also the rooftop. And boom, that's what you have on the roof. So another posing option for the Firestar. And also we have the antenna with all the dishes. I think that is Miles Morales sticker. There's a Green Goblin graffiti in there, water tower. Quite a simple look, but we can also that way take a look at the back of the set. That way the Spider Buggy is a second vehicle in this set. I'm not really certain why is it here, probably just a nod to some of the other Spider-Man usage in the Marvel Universe. But I think the set could do without that buggy. And what the buggy is doing on the side of the top of the building, I have no clue. But it's here. I don't think that's a very necessary addition, to be frank with you. Then in the back we have Just Facts, the podcast by Jameson. We have the Spider-Ham minifigure. He came out in a smaller set. I thought it's gonna be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but now I do not have this guy, so getting this set and this guy at the same time is gonna be a good incentive for me at least. We have some bird nests in the back, and also we have Miles Morales, of course, in the back. That's also another minifigure that's gonna be great for the entire collection. You can also spot the fact that I think starting from the second floor of the building there's a small balcony, so it's gonna be kind of asymmetrical, which is nice. It's not gonna be like this giant blob of grayish concrete tower. There's gonna be some sort of asymmetry to it, so that's nice. And then we have the Black Cat, I believe. Of course, she's in the middle of the heist, in diamond in hand. Diamond hands. Okay, that wasn't supposed to be a funny, but maybe it was, who knows. We have Vote Osborn on the side. That I like this side banner here. I don't think I noticed that one in the front. But also we have some AC units, some spider nets in here, some cracks in the building. That's interesting, just to break that concrete wall of gray. Some cracks in the building will be a nice addition just for the looks of it. The exit, the dumpsters, and just a small piece of New York back alley with some boxes and whatnot. And noticeable thing here, of course, that also other shot of the taxi you guys can see here, how good the car looks. I think it's gonna be a great addition. But I like the fact that they did add the open Technic bricks to place it in your modular city. I think the placement of these will be working together with what we had in the modular buildings in terms of how many bricks apart they are. You can of course modify it, you can see there's plenty of space here, but this building is meant to be placed with other modulars, or maybe that is a hint that we're gonna be getting more modulars from this collectible line of Marvel locations in the future. We'll see. I would really love to see that. Yep, 82 centimeters, not 83, the height of the set, 25 centimeters, the usual base plate size for the footprint. I'm not gonna name all the Easter eggs, you guys are better than me when it comes to Marvel nerdiness, but I just wanna acknowledge the fact that the offices are fully furnished, there is plenty of good furniture pieces, tons of Easter eggs that everybody will find, each newspaper on each desk says something to us. I'm not gonna spend time really digging into this. You can see other videos from other great creators really getting deep into every single reference in this set, but there's gonna be plentiful, of course. I love the new kind of marker piece in purple. I never seen that element, so that pen or marker, Sharpie kind of element, that might be the first one to appear in Lego. Then we have, there's more minifigures, by the way. There's a receptionist. I don't think she has a name. Let me check. Betty Brand. Okay, so she actually worked in the Daily Bugle office. I think we also have Bernie the cab driver. That's another minifigure. I don't think I'm gonna even name all the minifigures in this video because I'm just like so stoked and trying to get my first impressions of. Now this office is amazing. This is basically the Spider-Man meme right here in a single room. We have Peter Parker, of course, in his desk. Great little scene right here. I am my favorite. The other side has a photocopier and a little elevator entrance, but this one will be my favorite spot in the set, I think, just for the fun of it. You have a better look from this side. Totally a meme element here. Love the pizza boxes, the camera, spider on the wall, so that's another great Easter egg. Stacks of newspapers, each one says something, as I said in this a second ago. I think that is the main news office with all the screens like you see in those giant like news offices, showing different stations, different stories being aired and all that. Donuts, coffee station, all that. So typical office, but very well made for the limited space each floor has. I really like that. You can see some of the Easter eggs in a better shot. Who is Spider-Man? Doc Ock still at large. I think there's a reference to an older set for sure. Spider-Man no more. That's, I think, also a reference to one of the earlier comics. Times Scare. All those Easter eggs are there. Wow, that's gonna be really an Easter egg hunt for every Marvel fan in this set. And just one more look at all the offices stacked. I think what we don't see in those pictures right now is the lowest lower level lobby, which is more like a waiting area of a green floor. I think I had a picture of this somewhere. There you go. So that's the shot of the lobby. You can see it's gonna be a lot of green tiles and overall a good vibe. Receptionist in there and I think a vending machine that might actually work. We'll see about that. Oh boy. What do I even say to finish that? For me, it's a day one purchase. I'm happy that I kind of did not buy large sets lately over the last month, so I can actually be able to get this one into my budget. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be so happy buying it, honestly. I think it's better purchase than the R2 that I skipped on for the time being. But look at Lego. I mean, it's May. We're just like about to get into June, and this already at this point in year. This is an amazing year for Lego large collectible sets. Holy smokes, honestly, holy smokes. I didn't expect this set to be this good. All the things that I was wondering it would be, it is. And it's beautiful, it's glorious, fantastic selection of minifigures. Not sure about the building experience. We're gonna see how those walls stack, and it might be actually fun. I do like simple sets when you just stack stuff, and you know, I like modular buildings and all that. So it might be actually fun to build. We shall see. When I'm gonna get it, you guys can expect live streaming, of course, on this one. We're gonna probably do like 5 or 6 or 7 live streams. It's gonna be a large endeavor, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I hope you guys will as well. Let's hope for the best. It's gonna be 26th of May, VIP release, and June 1st, everybody else. But of course, VIP membership is free on thelego.com. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this set. There was a lot of hype on the internet today about this one, and it's very much justified. It's of course a set that everybody is super stoked about. Thanks for watching. Of course, leave a like, subscribe, do all those things, and see you in the comment section below. It was Mike, The Cool Factor. See you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.